Hey there. So, I'm doing this just to, mostly just for fun. I figured it'd be kind of fun to record what I'm doing in this game, just, play around with it. Mostly I'm just doing it for a specific friend. I know he enjoyed seeing me play some of this game in the past, and, was a bit sad when I stopped, recording it and putting it up, so I figured I'd add a little, do something with it. Should be good. And already we're starting on a beautiful world. This is fantastic. Okay, so, I'm planning on doing something a bit more basic here, kind of a standard survival. That doesn't mean I can't play around with it a bit, right? So, maybe I could build some really cool structures, maybe even an entire city in survival. I doubt I'll get as far as fighting the Ender Dragon or anything like that, but, you never know, we could see. Maybe this turns into something huge and end up doing awesome stuff like that. More than likely, though, it's just gonna be, having some fun, showing some friends, and doing some basic stuff, and I'm cool with that. The nice thing about Minecraft is it's really just, you can make it any game that you want it to be. You can fight monsters or other players if you want that adrenaline rush, or, you can put it on creative and just build a happy little house or something. And personally, I say you can't really go wrong with anything. It's fun to fight, it's fun to build, it's fun to survive. Really, just letting your imagination roam free is one of the most beautiful things about this game. It's really, truly amazing to see how far it's come in a little over 10 years. It went from, I believe it was a college project by Notch, and, just a little thing that he did to turn in, and then his, everybody loved it, so he's like, hey, maybe I can make something more out of this, and so make something like this, and suddenly 10 years later it's the best-selling game in the world. It actually just surpassed Tetris on its anniversary, so it's pretty exciting if you ask me. Also, I have not played much Java, except for some servers, for a little while, so I have no idea what some of this stuff is. Like, I've never seen birch trees that are more than, like, this tall before. But anyway, yeah, like, I remember I started playing this game probably 8 or 9 years ago, forever ago. And at the time, it was pretty basic, When I first played, there was no such thing as creative, just survival mode, and, it was really fun at the time, because there wasn't really a game like it. Nowadays there are quite a few copycats. It was really, really unique at the time. The only game from the time I could really compare it to would probably be Terraria. Kind of a similar sandboxy type thing, but, Minecraft is obviously 3D instead of the 2D, and both games are absolutely incredible, but I've always had a soft spot for Minecraft here. I remember just the additions of each thing. For a while they had 4 types of wood, then a few years back they added in acacia and dark oak, and I thought it was so exciting. And then, of course, they've added animals, like they recently added foxes. Like, that's freaking awesome. They've added, pandas, and they just added bees. and I hear that they're adding Blackstone, though I haven't come across it myself yet, so I think it's still experimental. Either that or I just need to update my game again. And then just crazy amounts of biomes. They had the village update. I was actually recently playing on my Xbox, and I came across some pillagers for the first time. Or is it illagers? Whatever. The blue guys with the crossbows. And they waltzed into a village I was at, and so I attacked, killed them, and then suddenly a raid begins. I never knew what the raid system was like, and of course I'm on hard mode. Oh hey, there's a bee. And so I had to face 7 waves of these guys alone. It felt like it would never end. I died twice. I got crazy amounts of loot, you know, including but not limited to like 3 totems of undying, some enchanted books, crossbows, about a stack of emeralds. Thing is that the emeralds are pretty pointless now because they slaughtered every single freaking villager. Almost literally. There was one survivor. One villager, a little farmer, made it through that whole thing alive. And at one point I was sheltering in his house to avoid one of those big beasts, the Ravagers. I think they're called Ravagers. And I was thinking, like, man, I think this is the last guy left. I haven't seen anybody else in this village. So I ended up taking like probably 4 Minecraft days just to do it all. I ended up having to make a bunch of chests and place them down to, you know, in order to carry all the loot, because my inventory filled up so many times. It was just ridiculous. And I've kind of been rambling on while I do the standard survival stuff. You know, I've kind of always wondered how streamers will make like every second seem interesting, and I think a part of it is editing. Like, unless you have a script or you go back and edit it later, it's really difficult to, you know, come up with stuff to say for every single second. You know, sometimes there's just not that much interesting going on, you know? You're just killing some sheep to make a bed, or walking across a grassy plain. And so I have a feeling that, you know, a lot of these guys that seem interesting 24/7 are probably just, you know, cutting out the boring parts or voicing over them. Okay, what am I even doing? Okay, so if I want to survive, I need shelter for the night, and I need food. I've already got food covered. So let's start working on getting some shelter. I personally am a bit of a perfectionist, so it's not uncommon for me to make a little dirt hovel to live in that I end up living in for quite a while until I can finally finish like a gigantic grand base. But we'll see if I can make things a bit more interesting this time around. Some of my favorite things will be to build bases in the sides of like mountains and stuff with balconies overlooking things. It looks like I'll have a couple options there. And I believe there's something a bit taller over there. But for now, I think a dirt hut will work for 1 or 2 nights. Next, I'm probably going to want iron, so I'll go mining and see how things go from there. Okay. Getting the hang of things again already. I was recently watching this video by a guy called Dream, and he has a fantastic YouTube channel. I highly suggest checking it out. And he does a few different Minecraft related things, but one of my favorite things that he does is he'll make cursed Minecraft videos, where he just comes off as a total noob and makes everything as terrible as possible. For instance, in the first one I watched, he walked into his house, which was made of every kind of wood in the game. It was just horrific looking. and he immediately threw his full diamond armor into a pit of lava. He had a little lava pool trash can in his house. Then he went back outside to check his farms out and stuff, and immediately murdered a couple of wolves. His wolves, like dogs that he already owned. Then, as he was talking, he started jumping around on his farms, absolutely just destroying all the crops. And then, you know, he goes out and finds the worst way to kill a zombie, and basically just makes you want to freaking kill him, and it's absolutely hilarious. Another thing that he likes to do is he and his friend George, George Not Found, I believe is the channel, will play using plugins that George makes. And so they'll do stuff like, you know, we try to beat Minecraft, but every chunk is falling as we enter it. So like as soon as they walk into a chunk, it just starts breaking apart and falling underneath them. And it was really impressive what they were able to do. Another one they had was George would try to chase Dream down while Dream was trying to beat the game. So it was George's job to punch him once, and Dream had to avoid it. And Dream did a very good job until they left us at a cliffhanger at the end. And I believe that they've already made a follow-up video, sequel, whatever. However, I have so far been too lazy to just go and watch it. Okay. It's looking like I've gotten some pretty good timing on my shelter here. And it's big enough to last a little while for storage solutions and stuff. And wow, I'm a fortune teller. That's how I did that. Okay, and it's always kind of annoyed me that you get 3 doors. Like, I definitely use 1 door sometimes, and I definitely use 2 doors sometimes, but I never use 3 doors for anything. I almost never need 3 doors for a project, and it is just the most infuriating thing to me. I really feel like I get more angry over it than I really should, but whatever. Alright. While it's nightfall, I figured that would be a good time to mine. First, I'm gonna get some torches here. Oh, hello. There. I hate wasting items, but also mining with a wooden pickaxe is sheer torture, so yay, it gets to have another use. It's reincarnated into firewood. Okay, so wasn't super interesting, but we did get some fruits for our labor. Let's see. Hello. Just in case. There. Isn't waiting fun? Okay. I figured that those guys would have stopped my sleeping. Okay. Dang it, I keep freaking pressing tab every time I want to close this thing, the inventory. Because I've been playing a lot of Subnautica Below Zero lately. I don't know what y'all might know of that game, but it is insanely fun, and if you're interested in watching me stream it, if the two of you watching this are interested in watching me stream it, or video it, whatever, let me know, because it is absolutely beautiful. Though know that Below Zero is in early access, so tons of the story and stuff like that is not completed yet, so you'll get, you know, lines of text with no voiced dialogue and stuff like that, but it's really a really rewarding game, and, you know, you can still get, 6 hours of content out of it before you hit the edge of the capabilities, before you reach the edge of where the story is at. Other games I could stream are Scp Containment Breach. I keep saying stream. Record, video, whatever, play. So yeah, Scp Containment Breach, which is, it's an old game, but a really, really good game, and absolutely terrifying. In case you don't know about it, it is a survival horror set within the universe of the SCP Foundation, which there is a gigantic wiki for that, which is really freaking amazing. But basically, the short story is that you're a prisoner inside of this super secretive facility filled with all sorts of dangerous, weird creatures that don't follow the norm. And something happens, like some sort of attack on the facility, and a bunch of the creatures escape. Yes, we got a village! So anyway, you end up having to try to find your way out from the situation, and the things you have to deal with are absolutely crazy. Greetings. You know, you've got a statue that moves like, I don't know, 200 miles an hour whenever you're not looking. And so even if you blink, he's able to get like 10 feet closer to you. And then, you know, you've got an old guy that can freaking walk through walls. Like, you know, you're just standing there, and then he comes out of the floor and attacks you. Man, it sucks. You got Mr. Plague Doctor, who looks like a regular plague doctor, but he's the creepiest thing ever, and he's trying to cure you of some disease that he seems to have made up, and so he's like, I am the cure, and he walks towards you with his hand held out. Baby villager. And so, you know, of course, lucky me, I was playing at one point, and I go into this room, close all the doors behind me, and suddenly, the doors behind me open. The old dude starts rising up out of the floor, and this frickin' plague doctor guy walks in through the door to attack me. And so, I end up having to run away from both these guys, and it was really just ridiculous. But it's a really fun game, and can be really fun to watch somebody play, because you get to see them absolutely flip out about everything. Ooh. Blast furnace. Okay, so the village update has really improved stuff. Like, everything's so much better. The only grievance I have about it is that I'm really sad to see the blacksmith go. You know, the blacksmith shop for so many years has been like the building, you know. You go to a village and you gotta find the blacksmith shop. You just hope it's out there somewhere. And, you know, it's been like a saving grace in the game, pretty much. but now it's, you know, it's gone. So I don't know, it's weird to get nostalgic around about a building in a video game. But, you know, this game has been so much of my childhood, so seeing it change can be both nice and also, you know, a little sad, seeing what I knew change or be taken away. And right now we are on the prowl for sweet berries, because they're, like, in my opinion, the greatest food in the game. I mean, they're so easy to grow, and you know, they may not give you a whole ton of hunger, but yes! Ow, I forgot about that. Honestly, this feels like me in real life. I somehow find a way to get myself snagged on every freaking bush I can possibly find. The thornier it is, the more likely I am to stumble into it and hurt myself on it. The worst about it, though, is a friend of mine. He's just absolutely terrible about it. Like, if a spiky bush exists, he will find it and he will stumble on it. Enough. And this dude, he can be really tough sometimes. Like, I've seen him walk over a patch of thorny bushes barefoot. He just strolls on over it. It was absolutely ridiculous. Dang, my timing has just been fantastic. Yesterday in game, I finished my house with the perfect amount of dirt just as it was getting dark. Today, I go exploring, get a village and some sweet berries, both very productive, and then get home just before it gets dark. And I'm about to commit the crime of leaving a tree floating, but I promise I'll come back and destroy the rest of it. So yeah, my brother was saying I should do this kind of thing as well. He said I've got kind of like a calmer voice, which I really don't know if that's like a good thing when making videos like this. You know, most of the people that get popular playing these kinds of games are people like, you know, Markiplier, PewDiePie, Jacksepticeye, you know, and they all generally have more lively personalities, you know. Top of the morning to you, laddies! And that's my best version of a, what is he, Irish accent, I guess? I don't know. And then, you know, Markiplier is just crazy energetic and stuff. No, that's not quite my style, but I figure maybe there's someone out there who enjoys watching someone play games where everything's a bit slower paced, you know? Done. Let's see. Thinking pick, obviously. And I can make a chest plate. And I think I'll go ahead and get myself another stone pick too, because until I have a surplus of iron, I don't want to use it unless I absolutely have to. Heck yeah, I found a cave. Oh! Okay, I remember when these guys were freaking like, skeletons were like the easiest enemy in the game. They had the worst aim ever, and they shot slowly. They were just I mean, they're pretty much as weak as zombies are. But now I've found them to be like an actual threat sometimes. And I'm gonna avoid that piece because I don't want to cause a cave-in right now. You know, for a while I thought that, you know, they have gravel up like that, and I always figured it was just like a glitch in world generation, but recently I've come to realize, like, they probably do it on purpose so that you can cause cave-ins and stuff. I saw that there was this streamer, I don't know, whatever, he made videos, and he was doing a hardcore mode playthrough, and he made it for, I think it was 5.5 years before his journey was finally ended by a baby zombie in full enchanted golden armor. And that's when it finally came to an end. 5.5 years of playing and creating an incredible world on hardcore mode, ended by a freaking baby zombie. And it just, like, it knocked him into lava. It was just really just bad luck more than anything. And I think that is probably the primary reason why I didn't choose hardcore mode for this world. Because something stupid like that is going to happen. Just ruin everything. But, you know, if either of the two of you watching this want to see, you know, want to see me do a hardcore mode playthrough, I'd be happy to oblige. My group of friends has been playing Minecraft for a long time, and it's always become like a joke between us that I'm like the redstone guy. You know, I know better than anybody in our group how to make all these fun contraptions and traps and stuff, and all of the rest of them are pretty awful at redstone. And so it even became a joke, like every time I would find redstone, I would always be like, oh yeah, it's stupid, but you know, we all had fun with it. So, and that's, you know, that's really what you're going for, right? Of course, I always seem to have the worst luck in these caves. I'll find best possible caves, except without a single freaking diamond in them. And without a map, I don't even know if I'm quite low enough for diamonds, but this is generally what the caves look like. How did I make a second pickaxe? I'll probably be cutting this out again until something else interesting happens, so yeah. Yeah, you've been doing...
I'm trying to laugh at something. Yeah, Steve. I'm trying so hard not to laugh because I don't want to mess up your I'm like, dude. Oh, wait. At one point I was like,
Yeah.
I wasn't even laughing at you.
Yeah. If you do end up failing, I'll just be like, if you hear the dopey laughter in the background, that's my brother. Either that or I can just cut it out, you know. It's not a huge deal. I know, right? Okay. Voluptuous.
That's a word.
I know. It's just not one I ever thought I would... I kind of feel like there is two. There are two. Wait. Is two or are two? I don't know. No,
Also, there's a lot of diamonds under the lava.
yeah. let's see. I gotta be really careful here because I'm holding on to some fairly valuable loot, but let's try to make it across here. Dude, one time I was playing okay, well then, he's waiting for me at the cave, and then he falls into a 1 block wide pool of lava. It's just one little block, and he stumbled right into it. Well, the diamond's flat. Dude!
Damn, dude, you said diamonds right as you got
Yes!
diamonds.
Okay, so the yes! So the diamonds fly out, and land on the ground again, and I'm able to find them again. And so, they end up just being, you know, we ended up getting all our diamonds back, but we lost, like, almost everything else because we kept dying in the lava and losing it all. Honestly, I'll probably end up just keeping at least a lot of this stuff in, because I don't think anyone's really going to mind much the banter between my brother and I. No. It can be funny and stuff. Dude, I walked into this spot like 4 times. They were right here.
Yeah, two little
Veins? No, I only got the one. This is Lapis Lazuli.
No, I know. I thought that was still 3 diamonds.
Yeah, that's enough for a pickaxe. I could go ahead and go to the Nether if I wanted to. There's some obsidian back that way. And then I also I found some sweet berries, so I'll have infinite food. I forgot that they were thorny, so I kept.
Wait, really? They can cause damage?
Yeah, so I kept getting caught on the thorns. That was fun. Oh.
Yeah, I'm not better, but at the same time.
Yeah, well, cause like the game, the game is constantly adding so much new stuff.
There's a lot that I do know, there's a lot that I don't know.
I'm gonna need to. No. Yeah, there are a few things that it can be useful for, so I'll try to get a little bit here. But what? Oh, it was already there. It's just it was covered up by the water here. I'm really pushing my luck by going through a lava ravine with an inventory of diamonds, but at the same time it feels like a waste to leave such a discovery untouched. Whatever, I don't see anything else too interesting, so I'm gonna go ahead and make my escape. We've got lapis lazuli, redstone, gold, iron, coal, and diamonds. There we are. Fortunately, the game's been behaving pretty well. We got like no lag for a while now, which is nice. And I figured also, since I give off a bit more of a peaceful vibe and this kind of thing, I'd also probably just do like videos of doing some creative builds. Maybe even
Just kind of like medieval builds. Or
yeah.
You know how to build that's like cool that someone can benefit from. Like,
Yeah, you know, they can watch for tutorials or just to, you know, have fun.
there's a lot of like Markiplier songs. They're so like loud and excited. Like, dude, can you just like speak? Like,
Yeah, and you know, a lot of people really like that. There's a reason why PewDiePie, Markiplier, and Jacksepticeye are some of the biggest YouTubers out there.
People like that. But
Right.
For me personally, I like relaxing. Just sit there and watch someone like play.
Yeah, there are some people out there who might enjoy this kind of thing.
Sit in the wheelchair.
I know.
It's comfy, isn't it?
Yeah, because, I mean, I've been sitting in...
I need to try it again, because last time I sat in that, I had both legs straight.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
I'll try it again.
I had that chair for over a year, just using that to sit in, and you could see how playing games for a couple hours, it gets ridiculous in that chair. Yeah.
After like a couple, it just sucks.
Yeah. So,
No cat.
so yeah, I started using this wheelchair, and it is way, way better. Freaking love it. Alright, so yeah, they do one hunger thing. Sweet. Okay, gotta start planting some berry patches. Dang, it must be just turning day if this guy's still alive. Great. Okay. Oh, and I found this absolutely beautiful valley to do it in. You know, we've got dark forest on one side, we've got birch on the other, and surrounded by mountains. Plains in the middle. Freaking perfect. There. 24 sweetberry bushes. Now I've just gotta wait. Alright, and then I figured the next step, now that I have, you know, some iron stuff and stuff like that, I figured I could start building, you know, like a nice base. I guess the best thing to do with my first 3 diamonds is make a pick. Oh, get some obsidian and hope I don't die in the nether. Let's do this. Oh my gosh, I need to organize this hotbar like crazy. Crap. I know.
All he did was expose the top.
Yeah. And I seriously just felt like something was off there. I was like, something's not right. So I turned around and boom, creeper. Crap! Why is this cave filled with like more mobs than ever now? Let's be careful. Dang it, what is that? 2 zombies, 2 creepers, and now a skeleton. Getting annoying. Oh. Hello, Mr. Creeper. Hey there, creeper, nice to meet ya. But why the long face, why do you look so down? I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. Well, looks like it won't matter much in a sec. So let's leave that in there. Okay. Up at the crack of dawn. Okay. So the plan for today is to find a good place to build a nice base, you know. So I figure the side of a mountain, like I mentioned earlier, would be really nice. However, I think this video has gone on for quite long enough, so how about if I have, you know, literally any views on this, how about y'all comment on what you want me to do for my house? Should I build a, you know, like a mountain cave house? Should I build a grand castle in the field? Should I try to find, well, I would say tree house, but there really aren't many good trees around here for that. Really just, you know, feel free to comment and get a little bit of interactivity around here. You know, let me know if there's any particular place or style you want me to follow for my house. I think it'd be easier to avoid some thorny bushes. Okay. But with that, I will bid you all adieu. Farewell.